I'm next to walk on stage so they can announce a big house. You're the guy with the microphone that's backstage managing the... This is what I see. He's right here. I'm with him. All right, I'll tell him right now. Kevin, hold up 1 second. They just said they're not going to go through or pick it up. Somebody should be back here to talk to you, sure.
It's wild when you really sit on it. Kevin Hart didn't just get famous. He ran through comedy like it was his lane. Over a decade ago, his come-up felt raw, messy, and real in a way you couldn't fake. No polished act, no filters, just straight life turned into jokes. His style came fast and loud, awkward, but brutally honest. He spoke on family, his height, struggles, fears. Nothing was off limits. It felt like people were hearing pages straight out his life, and the crowd didn't just laugh at him, they laughed with him. That bond hit different. That vibe didn't just sell tickets, it built something huge. Kevin went from grinding in packed comedy clubs to filling an NFL stadium, something most comics don't even touch. Then movies dropped back to back, big numbers rolling in, and suddenly he wasn't just a comedian, he was everywhere. Films, tours, brand deals, nonstop spotlight. He built an empire. Production, fitness, tequila, food deals, all of it. His reach stretched in every direction, and at that point, Kevin wasn't just winning. He was unavoidable, but in that massive glow-up, something shifted. That relatable underdog people rooted for started fading. The movies felt repeated, the comedy louder but less sharp. Jokes still landed, but that original spark? It wasn't hitting the same. Then came the headlines, cheating rumors, public apologies, extortion talk, and that Oscar drama that wouldn't disappear. At some point, the energy switched up. People weren't laughing as freely anymore. They started watching closer. Even other comedians were throwing side looks, asking quiet questions like, was Kevin still that hungry grinder, or did he turn more polished, more calculated with something bigger moving behind him? By 2024, the talk wasn't even about jokes anymore. It went way past punchlines. Now it was about power, influence, control. People started questioning if Kevin Hart was calling shots behind the scenes, who gets on, who gets left out. That's where it gets wild. He's still winning, still stacking success, but it feels like he lost the same spark that made people rock with him from day one. That earlier Kevin didn't just show up like that. It came from pressure, struggle, survival.
Mother was strict, but she was strict because she saw mistakes that she had made with my brother and letting my brother do certain things and my brother responding to that freedom negatively. So I was the one that couldn't get out of sight. I was the one that never could do something by myself. I had extracurricular activities. I had a babysitter. I was never not watched.
He grew up in North Philly, raised by his mom, Nancy Hart, strict, disciplined, and protective. It was him and his brother Robert in a single-parent home, while their father, Henry Witherspoon, battled addiction and was in and out of prison, bringing no real stability. There was no structure, no safety net. Nancy had to play every role: provider, enforcer, emotional support. Money stayed tight, and they were packed into a small one-bedroom place surrounded by crime and bad influences. Without a strong male figure, things went left for his brother. Robert got pulled into street life, joined a gang, started dealing, and got caught in a robbery. When he was arrested, the judge gave him a choice: prison or the military. And he chose the military. That moment changed everything for Nancy. She locked in tighter on Kevin. Strict schedule, constant watch, keeping him far from trouble. That structure built real discipline, the same drive people later saw in his non-stop work ethic. School wasn't his lane though. He left college, started selling shoes, and still outworked everyone. Top seller, no debate. But it wasn't just effort. It was his energy. Loud, magnetic, always on. He had coworkers laughing and customers locked in every second. One coworker told him straight up to try stand up. And when Kevin grabbed that mic, it clicked instantly.
Tonight I won. I said, this is crazy. I can't believe I won. I was performing against like 7 other people. I won. Came back the next week, I won again. Came back the next week, I won again. Came back the next week, I won again. I won 6 times and I quit my job. I said, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm a comedian. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
The laughs, the spotlight, it hooked him fast. He jumped into competitions, started winning, and comedy went from a dream to something real. Even his mom backed him. She made a deal. She'd cover rent for a year, but if it failed, he goes back to college. Kevin bet on himself, hit Philly clubs as Lil Kev, building his name, even if early on he was still finding his own style. It got laughs, sure, but it didn't feel real. The crowd reacted, but that deeper connection? Missing. Kevin felt it too, so he hit the road. Philly, New York, Boston. Club after club, chasing something better. The grind got ugly. He got booed off stage, and at one crazy strip club show, someone even threw a chicken wing at him.
Threw the wing at me. I was like, why are you even here? That's what I was thinking in my mind. He was like, hey, man, enough.
Yeah.
And he just threw a saucy buffalo wing at me, hit me in the side of the face.
Most people would have quit. Kevin didn't. That struggle taught him something major. People don't connect with impressions. They connect with truth. So he switched it up, started speaking on real life, his insecurities, his upbringing, his father. That shift didn't blow him up overnight, but it changed everything. Slowly, his name started sticking. People weren't just laughing, they remembered him. That caught attention, especially from Judd Apatow, who gave him a role on Undeclared. It wasn't huge, but it opened doors. Then came small roles like Paper Soldiers and Scary Movie 3. Step by step, the resume grew, and at the same time, his personal life looked solid. Married to his college sweetheart, everything seeming lined up. Career moving up, relationships solid, it all looked lined up for something big. Then came his first real shot. Kevin wasn't just acting anymore, he was the star and a creator. The show had a Fresh Prince type vibe, but flipped into his world. Rich kid from Malibu forced into Philly life. Funny, relatable, full of energy. It had hit written all over it. The network treated it like a sure win, even flew Kevin out to pitch it like he already made it. Everything was set, then it crashed. Right before he hit the stage, they pulled him aside and said the show wasn't getting picked up. No warning, just cold news seconds before his moment. They still aired 6 episodes, but it was dead on arrival. No season 2, no support. Kevin saw it clear. It was over before it even started, and he couldn't stop it. Right after that loss, Kevin landed his first movie lead in Soul Plane. Big names around him. Snoop Dogg, Method Man, Monique, Sofia Vergara. It looked like a major move on paper. Then it went left. Again. A leaked version hit the internet months early. By the time it dropped, people already watched it for free. Box office flopped, critics went in heavy, 2 big losses back to back. That's not just bad luck, that's a warning. Kevin played it right and still got skipped. Calls slowed, auditions disappeared, and the industry kept moving without him. So he switched it up. No more chasing Hollywood, he bet on himself. Back to stand-up, raw stages, real crowds, no shortcuts. By 2009, he locked in control, built Heartbeat Productions, and started creating his own opportunities instead of waiting. That one move changed everything. Kevin dropped I'm a Grown Little Man and went fully honest, talking struggles, insecurities, marriage, fatherhood. No filter, just real life, and people felt it instantly. Then came Seriously Funny. Solid numbers, but 2011 hit different. Laugh at My Pain wasn't just a special, it became a moment. It pulled in $7.7 million and made history. Kevin was back, but now on his own terms, no more chasing Hollywood, now they needed him. But behind the wins, cracks started showing. His marriage with Torrey Hart fell apart, arguments, trust issues, divorce in 2011. Then came his relationship with Eniku Parrish, bringing new attention. Career booming though? Think Like a Man shocked everyone. $96 million on a $12 million budget. Kevin proved he could bring crowds, but things off camera weren't as solid as they looked. Kevin later admitted in his memoir that things weren't right inside. As his career shot up, his drinking got worse. Money came fast, but so did the partying, pressure, and escape.
Last night gave me the whole test, passed the test. Officer then gave me the breathalyzer. Failed the breathalyzer. I said, look, it's fine, I'm drunk. I get it. Do what you gotta do.
Then 2013 hit hard. Kevin got arrested for DUI after reckless driving that almost turned deadly. He got probation and had to complete an alcohol program. It could have ended way worse. And just like that, it faded. 2 months later, he dropped a new special and turned everything into jokes. DUI, divorce, even family. The crowd laughed, numbers went up, but something felt off. More of his jokes started targeting his ex, painting her in a negative light. Some laughed, others didn't. Behind the scenes, people started questioning him. Was it still talent or just branding? By mid-2010s, Kevin was everywhere. But cracks showed, especially when Mike Epps called him overrated without hesitation. Mike didn't stop there. He doubled down, saying in comedy, marketing can outweigh talent. That wasn't casual, that was a direct shot at Kevin. Kevin brushed it off online, saying he was too busy working, but then it escalated. He warned Mike he'd book shows in the same cities on the same nights. That response split people fast. Mike fired back, hinting Hollywood rewards those who play along and stay in line. That line stuck, and others started echoing it. Comedians questioned Kevin's branding, repeated formulas, and industry backing. Even Aries Spears jumped in, suggesting Kevin might lean on writers.
You have a team of motherfuckers helping write your jokes?
How incredible, like, how much credit can you get for being incredible if that's not your train of thought?
But
if that's not your point of view, those aren't your thoughts, those aren't your words articulated and formulated to come out and make a motherfucker hunch over and hold their stomach and wipe their tear ducts because they dying because of what they...
Kevin pushed back, said they were friends helping shape ideas, not writing for him. Still, talk didn't slow him down.
It's all self-based. I don't tell jokes. My kids, my life, my divorce, my school situation with my kids, my house situation, it's all personal. It's not something that I can go out and have writers come up with and bring back to me because it's my...
From 2014 to 2017, hit after hit. But a pattern showed, same high-energy roles, different movies, and by Central Intelligence, it felt expected. At that point, audiences already knew what Kevin they were getting. Then came The Rock. Dwayne Johnson locked in as the unstoppable force, while Kevin played the loud, stressed comic relief. That combo ran straight into Jumanji. And it worked. Big laughs, huge numbers. Studios saw that and kept repeating it. Same formula over and over. But there was a cost. Kevin got boxed into one role. Loud, fast-talking sidekick. It sold, so he kept doing it. Even Kevin joked about using volume to hide insecurities. The laughs stayed, but the repetition got obvious, and people noticed.
We bought a picture of Kevin for you guys when he was 16 as well.
So same age.
Same age. There he is, yeah. He's doing this. I wish I was this tall, but I'll never get this tall.
Fame and money? Yes. Artistic respect? Not really. So he shifted moves. Nike deal, hustle heart shoe, first comedian to do it. Then Kevmoji hit #1. Tech, music, headphones, he moved beyond comedy. Now he wasn't just performing, he was building a machine. That led to Laugh Out Loud Network, a full comedy platform with everything in one place. Kevin said it was about giving creators control, but it was bigger than that. He wasn't chasing chances anymore. He was running the game, owning projects, finding talent, controlling everything. He wanted full power. He went from knocking on doors to holding the keys, but right when it looked perfect, things got messy. In 2017, Kevin was spotted late at night in Miami with Montia Sabag. Laughing in a car while married, it instantly sparked talk. He tried to joke it off with a meme, but this time it didn't land. Then it escalated fast. Eniku posted they'd been together 8 years. People did the math and chaos started. Talk of overlap spread everywhere. Back and forth statements, media going wild, it got loud. Then Kevin dropped an apology, admitting mistakes and hinting at extortion. Next day, blackmail reports, leaked footage rumors, everything blowing up. With his wife pregnant, the damage hit harder, and his image took a serious hit. Almost overnight, Kevin's image flipped, from relatable underdog to a celebrity wrapped in controversy, and it stuck.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Montia Sabag. I was involved with Kevin Hart a month ago. Since then, my pictures and my name have been released, with lies written about me. I am not an extortionist. I'm not a stripper. I'm a recording artist and an actress, and I have not broken any laws. I had nothing to do with these recordings.
Once things cooled down, it was clear. This wasn't just headlines, it was how people saw him now. Fans who once connected with him started looking at him different, like he moved too far from where he started. After arrests in the extortion case, opinions split hard. Some showed support, others said accountability still matters. Then came the Oscars, and everything exploded again. Hosting wasn't just a gig, it was top-level approval. But when old tweets resurfaced, his response made it worse. Instead of owning it, he pushed back, and that cost him. Stepping down wasn't just losing a role, it changed everything. The backlash stuck, and even when he returned, something felt off. The laughs were there, but critics said he wasn't evolving. Now he looked less like a comic and more like a businessman. Netflix deals, mergers, big moves, all strategy. Kevin stopped being seen as just a performer. Now he looked like a full business machine. Once Heartbeat turned into a major media company, the talk shifted again. This wasn't about jokes anymore. It was about control, access, power. That's why the Gatekeeper label started buzzing, especially when Cat Williams spoke on his rise. It didn't sound like hate, it sounded like questions. People looked at his fast success, non-stop opportunities, and the protection around him. Kevin said it was just business, and he's not wrong. But when one person controls platforms and visibility, it stops feeling neutral. One win for someone can mean another gets left behind, and that's the part people don't say out loud. He wasn't outside the system anymore. He became the system. And at that level, people judge impact, not intention. Kevin built his name on being raw and real, but as the empire grew, that edge got smoother. The talent stayed, but the feeling changed. Success didn't ruin him. It created distance. If you made it this far, hit like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts below. See you on the next one.